Real quick, I just want to point out that I am now streaming here on my YouTube channel. Most days, you can find me right here, so come hang out, check out the stream if you feel like it. And another thing is I activated memberships here on the channel, so if you enjoy my content and you feel like supporting the channel in another way, you can go ahead and join with memberships. Anyone who does that is much appreciated. It's completely optional. The content is not going to change for anyone that doesn't do that. But if you do join through a membership, you will get some related perks in live streams and potentially some other perks like early access to videos and things like this. Still working through the nitty gritty of it, but just wanted to put it out there that if you feel like supporting the channel in that way, you're free to. If you don't, absolutely fine, and the content won't change either way. Now to get into it, I just wanted to talk briefly, pretty unscripted, pretty informally, about what Riot can actually do to solve the solo queue issue. I talked last video about how inters and griefers are consistently ruining the game, the solo queue experience, and so what can actually be done to combat that? Obviously, the simple answer is just ban them, but I think there has to be something a little deeper to this argument. And so I think that in the first place, we have to think about why people play solo queue. And, at the core of it, I believe, is competition. People are looking for a competitive experience where they can feel very fulfilled and feel like winning is a meaningful experience. And in the current state, solo queue is not that. Wins do not feel good because you know the inter's on the enemy team, and losses feel even worse because there's nothing you can really do about it. And so I think that outside of Riot just simply banning the inters, it really comes down to an actual human response and human motivation. Because the fact of the matter is, people are so mentally weak now, they've been conditioned to give up at the first sight of adversity, and just have the least mental fortitude you could imagine in a person, which is very unfortunate. It's also just generally a reflection of the culture we live in. We crave instant gratification, and if it doesn't come our way quickly and we don't get that dopamine hit, then we're not going to view things in a positive light. And so it's understandable in that sense that when a champion dies early, or you get double killed, or one of your teammates isn't playing well, obviously, you're going to get very negative off that, want to give up, want to spam FF votes. So really, in that sense, it is just an unfortunately natural human response to, give up and not have mental fortitude as it relates to continuing to try to win the game. And so that, I think, is a cause for a lot of the griefers and inters starting, because it's not like the majority of these players enter the game with the motivation of running it down. It's a reaction to something that happens in the game, to a teammate making a bad play, to dying or repeatedly. Something of that nature is what triggers the inting response from these players. And so with all that said, it really comes down to the human emotionality and the human competition side of it. Everyone in solo queue, they're queuing up for ranked to win and to feel accomplished when that happens. And so, at least in my case, I don't know if it's different for other people, but when people get in the way of my winning, it's very frustrating, obviously. And so people who don't have strong mental fortitude or are conditioned for this instant gratification and don't want to put in the time and effort to climb, when they don't receive that, it's just going to be an instant mental breakdown, and they're going to completely give up. It's unfortunate, but it's what humans are conditioned for now in today's culture, however unfortunate that might be. And so I just wanted to offer a quick solution outside of Riot's, just banning the inters. Obviously, it's, like I said in the last video, it's never going to go away. It's never going to be fully resolved. There are always going to be people that do this, but there is something that we as the players can do, and that is just play the competition, play the game out. And, you go through the entire process of turning on your computer, opening League, queuing up, going through Champion Select. You're doing all this because you want to play League of Legends and you want to participate in competition. At its core, that's what solo queue is. And so instead of getting very mentally boomed very quickly, not getting that instant gratification that you crave so much, maybe you just play the game out. Maybe you don't tilt as much. Maybe you mute everyone and just play your own game. You don't have to interact with your teammates. You don't have to do anything really special. Just play the game and don't spam FF votes. Just try your best to win the game. And honestly, if you play it out and just try your best every single game, not only is that going to improve your chances of winning more games if you don't mental boom at 4 minutes, it's also going to improve your chances of actually getting better at the video game, which directly increasing your skill will also increase your chances of climbing. So I think it's a win-win if people just, show some mental fortitude. When adversity comes, expect it. Not every game is you're going to get a 15-minute free win. That's not how League works. You got to work for the wins, and you got to put in the time and effort to be good at the game. And so obviously, the inting and griefing thing isn't going to be, 100% solved by this, but there is a human element, a player element that we can do to help improve the situation. And that's just to kind of just grow up and have some mental fortitude when it comes to this stuff. And just play League, because that's at the bottom line. What we're here to do is play League and participate in competition. And so I encourage you all to just play the best League you can, not get tilted, and play your own game. Just play to win, play to improve, and hopefully simultaneously, while this human player element can hopefully be improved, hopefully at the same time Riot can also start to deal with the actual inters and griefers who don't want to actually play League and just want to grief people. So that's just something I wanted to talk about and bring up. It's still a very interesting topic, and obviously solo queue is not the best experience right now. I just want to offer maybe something that the players can do outside of just talking about it and bringing it up. There are changes that the players themselves can make, and hopefully this contributes to some sort of improvement, whether in the short term or long term. Hopefully people can just get their mental fortitude and mental game up, and that results in, less mental boom, less giving up 3 minutes into the game, and hopefully we can just play some League, because that's really what we're here to do. Thanks for watching. See you next time.